waiting in line, bro. It's coming. Trust me. I know that my opportunity, I know that that life-changing moment is right around the corner, but I just got to be patient and trust in God. My faith is bigger than everything, like I told you guys, and I'm documenting this journey to show you guys that if you have faith and if you keep on pushing and you keep on persevering and showing up no matter what, you're going to win. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I ended up recording a banger for you guys on how I caught today's trade. Bro, I pretty much just caught from the bottom to the top of the fucking move, right? Called it on the Discord and everything. Like I told you guys, OBS and my MacBook just do not want to fucking work together. I don't know what the fuck it is. This MacBook is not that old, bro. It's like the 2020, I think it's like 2022. It's an M2. Is it M2, bro? I don't fucking know, bro. I just know it's a fucking, I know it's new, right? It hasn't even been a year since I bought this shit. I've just been having issues with OBS and everything, and the recording is just fucking cooked. I sound like a robot, like it's fucking slow. And then I want to say like 5 minutes into the video, like it just starts to fucking freeze. You can't see anything. It's just stuck in one frame. But I really just want to give you guys a breakdown on today's trade. The thought process behind what not only got me to where I'm at now, but what can get you guys to the next level as well, right? It's just a matter of understanding where you are in the charts, especially for those of you guys who trade ICT concepts. When I first started, like it was just so much information that I just couldn't process it, you know? Now, the concept of liquidity is not that hard to understand. It's just price going from one level of liquidity to another level of liquidity. It's just price going from a high to a low. It's really that simple. But I feel like ICT is just so saturated with a lot of content, a lot of extra confluences and so many other things that you just want to learn. And then for me, in my case, like I was just watching content after content, just consuming more knowledge, and I just couldn't make it like make sense. It got to a point where like my head just started hurting because it was like so many small things. Then getting into like the smaller time frame, the 1 minute, the 2 minute, it was too much, right? But this is the easiest concept, especially if you do it right. And the way that I got a more clear picture of this was just me staying between the 15-minute and the 1 hour time frame. I was not going into the 5, I was not going into the 3 or the 2. I was just staying in the 15-minute and the 1 hour time frame. So right now I'm going to show you guys the trade that I called out in the morning, and pretty much just show you guys the execution, how I managed the trade. And yeah, man, I mean, first and foremost, it started with, I was going to take the trade on NQ, but it was just too messy, right? And then ES was just perfect. And then I ended up drawing it out. I really just wanted to see price respect this 15-minute gap right here, come into it. Even with news, we didn't run through it crazily. We just stayed above it. And then we have Asian session highs up here paired with the 1 hour gap. That's pretty much a magnet in my eyes, the way that I trade. Asian session lows were already taken out. This pull liquidity was already taken out. We have a sweep of this liquidity right here, but in my eyes, these are still equal lows for price to come back down to. And this was just a huge displacement right here. We have this imbalance. We have a change of state in delivery. This was my perfect entry. And I'll just tell you guys right now, I did not end up taking that trade. I was not paying attention. I missed out on this entry, but it was pre-market. That's the only reason why I didn't hop on that trade. Then you guys can see it was a lot of noise, a lot of back and forth. Market opened up around here, sweeping out these highs, and then we ended up coming back down. We had this displacement right here. Perfect entry right here on a 5-minute time frame. I'll just show you guys, right? But I really want to show you guys this execution. We ended up going all the way to TP. Then right here is where my bearish bias entered into the picture, but we'll hop into the charts to show you guys that. I know I told you guys I wouldn't do breakdowns like this no more, but at the same time, it's like I didn't have no time throughout the day to record any content for you guys. So this is something educational, and it's just showing you guys, just giving you guys a piece of my mind, and hope this just helps you guys, right? So coming into pre-market at around 5 a.m. After the news happened, it didn't make any drastic move. We still stayed below these highs up here and didn't go even lower, right? So these were the levels that I was just looking at, right? Asian session highs and then these relative equal lows on the hourly time frame. Now going into the 15-minute, like I was telling you guys, identifying your pools of liquidity. We have this swing high right here, swing low, right? Then this swing high, and then so on and so forth. But I just don't want to confuse you guys. Just have the clear ranges right there, right? Boom, 545, 615, market open. Boom, right? There was a little bit of noise for me right here, market open. I did not take this trade right here. Like I told you guys earlier, we do have a sweep of these lows come into this fair value gap. We respect the fair value gap right here. Then when price swept out this internal liquidity and had this reaction, I just stayed back. Going into the 5-minute time frame though, now here's where we have this 5-minute gap right here that I was talking to you guys about earlier, and I also missed this execution, right? We end up having a change in the state of delivery. I want to call this right here the change in state. We close above this series of down close candles. We have this inefficiency right here. Boom, price taps into it. And that was another trade that I just missed, right? Because I was staying on the higher time frame. And yeah, I did come down to the 5-minute, but like I was just not paying attention. In all honesty, like this will happen to you. But like if you're alert and you're self-aware of what you're doing, it will reward you, right? Now going back into the 1-minute, still no trades for me. I ended up waiting for some sort of like actual confirmation. Once again, like we have this change of state and delivery right here again. It was too much noise, but I'm still holding on to my bullish bias, right? Buy around here, stop loss at these lows. And I want to say like around there was the same execution that I had with price, if I'm not mistaken. I'll just double check right now, right? The reason why I had my stop loss out here is because if this low gets disrespected, my whole bullish narrative just really is not going to hold, right? Then I have my take profit at those Asian session highs. If we let it play out, I'm going to just speed it up for you guys. We end up just going straight to TP with little to no drawdown. End up hitting TP. There you guys can see same amount of profit, if I'm not mistaken, at around, was it the same amount of profit? I don't think it was the same entry, probably a couple points above, but yeah, still same amount of profit, 650. I didn't get the right, a little bit more profit, cool, whatever, but still same idea, right? I don't really want to confuse you guys because I know it's like it might be confusing, but what I felt like I needed when I first started was like somebody to actually make sense of it. And now I'm going to break down the secondary trade that I took, right? So we already swept out this high right here. We have these relatively equal lows down there, and we have this bearish fair value gap, right? Cool, simple. There really isn't nothing much to it. I just dropped down to the 1-minute time frame after seeing that sweep. I could have entered at the sweep of those Asian session highs and just top tick that trade, but I just needed a little bit more confluence. I think I entered at around here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check for you guys. Yeah, at around 60, 75. Yeah, 2 points above, but same shit. As soon as we tapped into this 1-minute gap, this displacement right here, the small displacement. So yeah, I ended up entering as soon as we tapped into this small gap right here, inversing this 1-minute bullish gap up here, creating this imbalance, just entered there. Same thing, my stop loss was at about, it was about $200. It was a little bit lower where I entered, but still I had the same trade idea overall. Let me just move these right here. Going for those lows down there. 15-minute, very crucial, just so I can show you guys this as well. I was looking for price to stay below this fair value gap right here while I was in the trade. And then you guys can see the next candle just breaks through that level, ended up bringing my stops to break even. And from there, just price needed a little bit more of a push back into that zone. You guys can see right here, we swept out this high, properly tapped into this fair value gap up here. And from there is just, we just ended up taking out those lows with little to no retracement. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it when it comes to that trade. I got stopped out and break even, but I still kept my profit for the day. And if I close this for you guys and I show you on my executions, I think I ended up closing in profit. My bad. But you guys can see the date right there. That's today's date. This one's from yesterday, the 16. Y'all can see right here, the 17. These two trades right here. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it to the way that I trade and just simplifying liquidity. That's how it works. But it might sound like it's too simple, or it might sound like it's just too good to be true. If you do your research, if you put in the countless hours, if you back test, I put in the work, right? And this is one thing that I want to show you guys. I have my spreadsheet right here where I document like pretty much everything, my executions, my wins, my losses, and same concept applies. This was from I want to say this was from 2023 data, right? Like I'm doing back testing sessions from way back, solidifying the 15-minute time frame. You guys can see up here the 15-minute time frame. What do we have here? We have a liquidity sweep of what? The previous day's high. I waited for displacement. What do we have here? We have displacement at market open around 6:30. What ends up happening? Price comes into this fair value gap. I end up entering around here. This was all demo trading. It's just the aftermath with my notes and everything. My stop loss would have been right here, because if I'm holding this bearish narrative, this is my stop. This high should not be taken out if I am bearish. And you guys can see, could have taken partials right here if I'm using micros, and full TP at this low right here. And yeah, I mean, this is what I mean when I'm talking about put in the work, collect the data, and back up your strategy, back up your system. Because before, like, I was just seeing a fair value gap, or I was just seeing a run on liquidity, and I was just trying to catch the trade, and and it just ended up in me getting cooked multiple times, blown accounts. And yeah, I mean, it is hard at first because it's just so much information, and it's very different when you're patiently waiting and looking at the candles form. The 15-minute candle takes 15 minutes to fucking form. And that's the thing that separated me from like my old unprofitable self, was being impatient. I was going to the 5-minute, I was going to the 1-minute, just looking for extra confluence. You can do that if you see that the lower time frame has a sweep of internal high or internal low. With all means, go for it, right? But in my case, like I told you guys, back up your system, back up your strategy with data. I have collected the data with, I want to say, I don't want to say a year of back testing, but it was like a couple months of back testing, roughly around 7 or 8 months of back testing. And the percentage of the amount of wins and losses that I had during those back testing sessions really just proved the point to myself, right? Like, I know what I'm doing. It's just a matter of being patient. Now, coming into the live market, like I mentioned on my previous videos, there's nothing better than forward testing and executing on the live market. You can be the fucking GOAT when it comes to back testing, but if you're not patient when it comes to the live market and you can't hold yourself back from getting in a trade, you're just building bad habits and you're just digging yourself in a deeper hole. It is going to happen. It is going to pay off, and it's going to take time. I just really want you guys to understand this shit. It it takes time, bro. It does take time. But you can be in the position that I'm in now. And I don't even think that I've done so much, because losing the funded account was just, it just hurt my ego. Like I don't think like I know what I'm doing, but I learned to forgive myself for all of that. I understood that it was just something that had to happen. If y'all haven't watched that video, I recommend you guys go watch it. But I was just really just in a journey of uncovering myself, right? I realized that God was just showing me what I had to endure and what I had to go through. It was a part of life. If I would have not lost that account, I wouldn't have had this growth as a trader. I wouldn't have thought about creating that spreadsheet and backing up my system. I would have set myself back for a longer time. I just want you guys to understand that I'm not in the position that I'm in right now in trading just because, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Like it's my financial situation, right? That's pretty much it for me when it comes to like my trading journey. Like there's not that much things I can do. I'm unemployed. I got bills to pay, and there's many more things that are really more important in my life as a father as well that come first before this trading stuff, right? Even though like I know trading is going to work, trading is going to pay off. How can I say this? Like I'm just letting God take control. I don't want to say that like my savings or anything like are taking a huge hit, but I've been unemployed since like March 7th, bro, and it's like it's been a fucking minute. It's been like over 3 months, bro. I still haven't gotten a job. And like once my savings run out, I think I'm still good for like another 2 months. But like once my savings run out, like that's gonna be crazy. So like I'm just making the smartest decisions right now. And I don't want to go back into like that headspace where it's just gonna send me 20, 30 steps backwards, trading with that in the back of my head that like I have to win every day. You know, when I was trading, when I had that funded accounting and I got that first payout, the only thing that I was thinking about was like I can't lose a trade. I can't have a red day. I need to win every day. This is what's gonna help me through this drought until I get the job. This is just going to replace the job. Like it will eventually, but I don't really want to fall back into that mindset where it's like I can't take a L when it's part of the game, right? You're never going to be perfect or you're never going to win every single fucking time. And that's the only thing that I'm just staying away from because we're human, right? I'm human. At the end of the day, it's really going to impact me in that way, even though like I'm strong mentally and everything, but it's like it's money, bro. Like it really is money. I have no income, so it's like, damn, like maybe I shouldn't be, like it can affect you either way. Like it actually can make you a better trader, and also and like it can just make you. In my case, like it just made me revenge trade out. Like I told you guys, I was trading one micro. Like who the fuck trades one micro? $2, bro. And I ended up. I don't want to say I ended up getting lucky, but like I ended up turning turning one micro into like 250, but still like that's not the way to go. But yeah, like it's a waiting game. I'm waiting for my turn. I'm waiting for God to tell me, to tap me on the shoulder and tell me it's your time. But for right now, I'm doing everything to set myself up for success. Time is your biggest asset. 6 months have just passed and 6 months are left in the year. You got 6 months to get better every day or 6 months of fucking excuses. I'm using my time to study, to put in the work. But at first, I really had to lose it all. And I feel like that little break that I took from social media, that I took from trading, due to like all of the emotional damage that was caused by losing the account, really just made me better. I'm having days where I'm pretty much just making my monthly fucking paycheck in the trade. But all good things take time and it's going to happen in a matter of months. I know this, but for right now, I'm just being smart with my money. And like I told you guys, I'm a father. At the end of the day, I got a family that I have to provide for. That's pretty much it. Like, that's just where I'm coming from, right? I'm a father and my family comes first. Yes, I can spend that money on that, but I'd rather not, you know? Like, prop firms are, it's too much. I don't want to say it's too much money. You really got to spend money to make money. But that's the reason why I am leaning more into going with my funded futures, because it is $100 and they have a lot of promos at moments. So like, I might go that route, but I'm just being very cautious with every financial move that I take. It really is just my fatherly instinct, bro. Like, I got responsibilities that come before this, and I know I have to take risk, but this is just, it's just momentarily. And I'm still looking for jobs. I'm still doing all of this, but like, I'll just give it a couple more. I want to say a week or 2 more weeks of like just going crazy looking for jobs and doing all of this. Right now, what I'm waiting for, it's pretty much God's timing, right? But yeah, I think I spoke too much on this video. The camera is pretty much overheating. I hate summer, bro. Like, I just, here where I stay, bro, it gets to like 115 degrees. Like, it's fucking crazy. Right now it's like 105. I'm recording outside because my son be screaming all day. He just be on some crazy shit. I'm not going to record in the car. It's the same shit. It's like a fucking oven. And then like, if I have the AC on, the mic and everything, like, it would just fuck up with the audio and shit. I'm just doing what I gotta do, right? But trust me, my turn is coming. I'm just waiting patiently. I'm just waiting in line, bro. It's coming. Trust me. I know that my opportunity, I know that that life-changing moment is right around the corner, but I just got to be patient and trust in God. My faith is bigger than everything, like I told you guys, and I'm documenting this journey to show you guys that if you have faith and if you keep on pushing and you keep on persevering and showing up no matter what, you're going to win. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers and let's keep on grinding.